I'm Joan Epler. Please join with Dr. Gary Epler, Harvard Medical School. Dr. Epler discovered a new way of life. Today, we're going to talk about eliminating feeling guilty.
I'm Dr. Gary Epler. The new way of life is knowing who you are moment by moment. This means know where you're thinking from, and that's who you are. There are 4 locations, and you can only think from one at a time. There's the head, the heart, the gut, and the mind, which is outside the body. Today, we're going to talk about one of these locations, the stress center in the head, and how this new way of life eliminates feeling guilty.
Why do you want to eliminate guilt?
Guilt causes stress. Feeling guilty is thinking from the cingulate stress center.
What triggers the stress center?
Thinking about yourself triggers the stress center. Whenever you think about yourself, you're thinking from the stress center. Feeling guilty is thinking about yourself. Feeling guilty is stress.
Why is stress from feeling guilty so unhealthy?
Stress is bad. Stress causes physical harm, including chest and abdominal distress, throbbing in the head, and pain in the joints from tightened muscles. Stress causes inflammation, resulting in heart disease, high blood pressure, strokes, cancer, and a shortened life.
What else is bad about stress?
Stress is unproductive. It stops all desire to do anything, especially work on a project or help someone. You just want to get away from the situation and get away from people. Stress stops all creativity and innovation, completing a project, paying a bill, repairing something at home. No interest in anything but getting away. Your mind shuts down. Creativity is silenced.
Sounds bad. Why do people feel guilty?
People are thinking about themselves in a negative way. First, self-destructive thoughts. You did something wrong and feel bad about yourself. You're not being kind to yourself, which is stress. Second, self-pity. You feel guilty about feeling sorry for yourself because you can't make enough money or have a good job or a healthy relationship. Self-pity is thinking about yourself and causes stress. Third, you feel guilty about thoughts of retaliation or getting even with someone, which is thinking about yourself. All these guilty thoughts cause stress.
Could you give an example?
Have you ever felt guilty about eating a piece of chocolate cake or making chocolate chip cookies? Of course, it's normal. Some people consider this an incentive to lose weight, but it's the opposite. Feeling guilty causes stress, and stress stops the digestive system. That piece of chocolate cake turns to fat right around the stomach and those hips.
You're right. I didn't think feeling guilty would do that, but it causes stress. What else do people feel guilty about?
Everything. Guilt is the feeling of being ashamed or sorry for something you did wrong. People feel guilty about saying the wrong thing to a friend, feeling guilty about not being nice to someone. You left a friend's party without saying goodbye, not feeding your kids healthy foods, cutting corners at work, feeling guilty about not helping someone, feeling guilty about wanting more money or spending money on yourself. People feel guilty about being better than someone else, having more money, having a nicer house. People feel guilty about feeling guilty.
Why do people feel guilty?
Because people feel bad about themselves for something they did or did not do. This is cingulate stress center thinking. They're thinking about themselves. They're thinking from the stress center.
Is there a special situation that people need to be aware of?
People need to be aware of the controller. People that have controlling behavior because they experience pleasure in making you feel guilty. Beware the controller. For example, the person may be the boss or anyone else who is a controller. They may feel guilty about not helping them, about not saying the right thing to them, about not feeling sorry for them, about not agreeing with them, and on and on. They do this to control you through intimidation and making you feel bad about yourself and your behavior. They do this because it makes them feel good about making you feel bad about yourself. Do not fall for this. Do not feel guilty. It's their bad behavior, not yours. Do not engage in this behavior. Hold your ground. Stay in control.
Sounds like feeling guilty means you're thinking about yourself in a bad way, which is thinking from the stress center and causes stress. How do you stop feeling guilty?
You answered the question. Stop feeling bad about yourself. You're a good person. Whatever you think you did wrong, no matter how bad you think it was, does not need additional thinking. And over time, will be totally forgotten by everyone. Stop thinking bad about yourself. Be kind to yourself. Think from the heart with kindness to yourself.
Stop feeling guilty by first knowing that it causes stress and is unhealthy. Second, stop thinking about how bad you are. Think from the heart with kindness to yourself. Do you have any closing comments?
I agree. Stop thinking about yourself as a bad person. Be kind to yourself. Think from the heart with kindness and compassion for yourself. Know where you're thinking from moment by moment. Don't think about yourself from the stress center. Think from the heart with kindness for yourself.
This is Joan Epler and Dr. Gary Epler closing today's segment. Next time, we'll talk about compassion. Best wishes for a great day.